On April 13, 1970, the crew of the Apollo 13 mission experienced a major problem. One of their oxygen tanks in the command module exploded en route to the moon. In order to save the astronauts from running out of oxygen in the command module, Flight Control instructed them to move into the lunar landing module, which had its own oxygen tanks. However, the lunar module was only designed to host 2 of the 3 astronauts on the mission, as one was supposed to stay in the command module in lunar orbit had the mission gone according to plan. With the extra body on board, carbon dioxide levels in the module began rising faster than expected towards toxic levels. The astronauts and flight control on the ground had to find some way to expel and/or filter it out of the lunar module.
Any way to put a square peg in a round hole rapidly.
Some of the supplies were 2 lithium hydroxide canisters, duct tape, 2 hoses from extra suits, 2 socks, and plastic bags. Mission Control came up with a device to recycle the air and remove the CO2 with a square filter. They had to do this in a limited amount of time in order to keep the astronauts alive. They then had to go step by step and explain how to put the device together.
Okay, people, listen up. People upstairs handed us this one, and we gotta come through. We gotta find a way to make this fit into the hole for this, using nothing but that.
Once the astronauts put the device together, they had to test and make sure that it was doing what it was designed for. After the whole ordeal was over, ground control dubbed the device the mailbox.
Finding a way to put the square filter into the round filtration hole on the lunar module is an engineering problem because various materials from the spacecraft had to be taken and put together in ways for which they were never intended to be used. It was a fantastic example of being calm and collected under pressure and being able to think critically under extreme circumstances. Without the ingenuity of the astronauts and the ground crew, they may never have survived the trip back. Being able to think on the fly prevented a major disaster, which is a crucial skill in being an engineer. While not all applications are potentially life-threatening, being able to think critically can both save time and resources, as well as potentially be more effective.